Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Becky Long and today I'm going to be talking about processed meats. Your choices make a huge difference. So before I get started, I'd like to talk about why I'm qualified to even discuss these things. So years ago I was actually sick and in the hospital, and unfortunately I wasn't given any answers. So I became a health coach so I could learn more information for myself, but then it became my mission, and it still remains my mission, to take all the resources and all the information that I gathered along the way and share with other people so they could go in a faster and easier fashion from wherever they want to be to from wherever they are presently to wherever they want to be, and whatever that means for them. I let people come up with their goals and whatever they want to achieve, and then I'm just there to help guide them and help them to achieve and surpass them. So that's why I do what I do. And I share this message with as many people as I possibly can, because I think a lot of people just deal with different symptoms and even diseases that take them away from what they really are passionate about and what they want to be able to focus on. And I think that's sad, because I don't think it has to happen at all. I've helped a lot of people come back from the brink of illnesses, and even people with full-blown illness. And the one thing they all have in common is they all talk about how they didn't realize the healthy, quote, side effects that they would experience that they never even expected. Food really is that powerful. I try to impress this upon you with every post, every video, everything I make. I really want people to know that it's really super important, and it is so powerful. We have at least 3 or more times a day, depending on how often you eat, to really take advantage of that and harness what food has to offer. And I think we all should. And yes, there are ways with a healthy enough diet and lifestyle to reverse a lot of diseases, but unfortunately they have to be more strict. And so I just think prevention is a lot cooler, and we should all just live that way automatically. So back to the topic for today of processed meats. Hopefully you've heard by now that processed meats are very unhealthy. They're actually carcinogen, and that we'll talk about in a little bit longer. So that means they cause cancer. So, I just wanted to have this be another video to really impress upon you that your choices really do matter. They make a huge difference in whatever you choose to eat or not to eat really does make a huge difference. And again, this is just another one of those reasons. So I have a list of different processed meats. You might hear the term processed meat and not really know what it means. So I have a list here that I'm just going to read off some examples of processed meat. So hopefully it can help you. So I'll be looking down at my paper, down at my list. So, I'm not making eye contact on purpose. I'm just reading from my paper. So that includes things like processed or breakfast meats, like bacon and sausage, things like hot dogs, deli or lunch meats, things like salami, cured and salted meats like pepperoni, ham, things like beef jerky, and even fast food chicken nuggets. So those are just some examples of the whole range of different processed meats. Unfortunately, the message usually is that 50 grams per day, which is the equivalent of about 1 hot dog or 2 pieces of bacon, increases your risk of cancer by 18%. And it's kind of crazy, because who even eats that way, right? 1 hot dog or 2 pieces of bacon. But it shows how powerful and how powerful in a bad way these processed meats really are. In this instance, they're talking about colorectal cancer, which is unfortunately something that's a growing epidemic, especially among younger people. But there are things like other cancers, obviously, heart disease, diabetes, all kinds of things, all kinds of reasons why we just shouldn't include processed meat at all, even though it is pretty ubiquitous in our diet. So the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, has said that processed meat is in group 1. It's a group 1 carcinogen. So they know it will cause cancer. They've done enough studies. There's been enough evidence that they're pretty confident that it does they know it will cause cancer. Red meat is put in group 2. So obviously you know what red meats are. Group 2 means that it's likely to cause cancer. So again, group 1 is they know it will cause cancer, and group 2 is likely. So it's just better to avoid all of it. So you might hear things like processed meats are in the same group as cigarettes and asbestos, and that's true. A lot of processed meat, like I said, is group 1, and so are those things. It doesn't mean that they're the same effects, though. They're like A lot of people kind of confuse that by saying, but they don't have the same effect on the body, but they do have the same amount of evidence. The strength of the evidence is the same, showing that it will actually cause cancer. So yeah, so I just wanted to clear that up. Hopefully, again, it's something that you've heard, and I just wanted to clear up anything. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm on all different social channels, so you'll find lots of links down in the description of the video. So we have Benefits of Eating Plants, which is our Facebook group that I definitely recommend you join. We have our Transition Nutrition in Real Life, which is our monthly mastermind. And then here on YouTube, you can follow along with me. I've made tons of videos in the past. You can even look up different topics and see what I have to offer. So please like and comment on my videos. It really helps me, like I said, to get the information out to other people. And then share this also. It really helps me on my mission to really get this message out to as many people as possible. So I really appreciate your help with that, and thank you in advance. And like I say in all my videos, I want this to be as useful to you as possible. So if there's ever a topic that you want to suggest that you want me to cover, then let me know that either through a comment or through a private message. And just let me know, get a hold of me and let me know what you want me to cover, and I'll be sure to do that. And then if there's any personal experiences that you've had with this topic, please let me know that as well, and share your information down in the comments so we can all learn together. I think that's really important, and that's something that I really encourage. So I think that's about it. But until next time, have a beautiful and colorful day. Bye, everybody.